Good morning, I'm Zakiya Robinson.
And I'm Lucy Kissinger, and this is WSBN News. Wauwatosa has been going through many changes, ranging from the social environment to the school day.
We all rely on the routine of a normal order of a school day, but now there may be possible alterations next year due to the schedule setup.
Zakiya Robinson has the story on the rescheduling meetings that have been going on in the district.
Registering for classes at Wauwatosa schools is like playing a game of chess. Scheduling conflicts, extra fees for classes, and teacher travel all make registering for classes a game of strategy and luck. Checkmate. For some students, there was concern for whether or not to take one class over another that was scheduled at the same time.
My schedule got messed up and I was in Spanish 3 and it was too hard for me, so I tried to drop the class and they wouldn't let me. But then finally we found a schedule that would work for me, so I switched to Spanish 2.
Well, I had 2 study halls instead of 2 of my classes, and I didn't have a lunch period, so I didn't get to eat lunch.
Sounds frustrating, doesn't it? We came to bring you a little insight on what the Wauwatosa School District is trying to do to solve your problem.
Committee, from my understanding, was a committee that was in the past here at West, but kind of dissolved, and now the superintendent, Dr. Ertl, had gave the responsibility to me and to Mr. Jeff Kernan, who is the principal at Whitman High School, to start up the scheduling committee again. And the purpose of it is to look at a schedule that would best meet the objectives of the community here at Wauwatosa.
So right now we stand with the Model A, the traditional 7-period schedule. But what if we changed it to the Model B, the block schedule, with the 3 classes a day, each being 2 hours long? Or the Model C, the alternating schedule, where every day you have a different class that fluctuates depending upon the day. Here's what teachers had to say about the changes needed.
We don't know what the new schedule change will be. We're working through a process. At a certain part of the process, we're going to involve some students to help them look at it. But as of today, during this little conversation, we don't know what the schedule will look like at this point. It could be a combination of things. And we're hoping that through this process, we can come up with a model, a scheduling model, that's going to be very beneficial.
We offer more, will we offer less? Because everything we add, something has to go away. So it's kind of interesting, and it's like a big puzzle.
I think it'll have a positive impact. I think looking at a schedule anytime to see where we can improve is going to be a big help.
Of course, we have students' best interests in mind and what will help facilitate learning. So I think ultimately we have a noble goal in mind. I think no matter what we decide, whether it's to stay with the current schedule or to shift to something radically different, that it will be with the right intentions.
Like Mr. Kiernan said, there is no perfect schedule, but we're working on it.
After some disrupting occurrences at Mayfair, mall personnel have taken action and restricted access to anyone 17 and under even further.
With Sundays off limits now as well, we have to ask, what really caused this to happen? WSBN reporters Kylie Holgriff and Ben Johnson investigated the roots of this extended policy.
PGR. These letters, which stand for Parental Guidance Requirements, are a barrier today for teens that want to shop at Mayfair Mall. And after the series of controversial events that occurred during the holiday season, PGR has been extended. No teens under the age of 18 can be in the mall without someone 21 or older after 2 p.m. on Fridays, Saturdays, and now Sundays as well. What happened over the holidays to force Mayfair officials to put in place yet another restriction? WSBN investigated the roots of this new rule.
It does put the community a little bit more at risk from the standpoint of how people perceive Wauwatosa, Mayfair, and then also, quite frankly, our relationship with teens.
Now to investigate the cause of the mall's suffering image. 3 events in particular are what most are turning to for the answer. The first event, rumored to have contributed to this new rule, is an impromptu game of freeze tag.
We ended up hearing about a Facebook posting, an event posting, if you will, that had people organizing to come here that day as soon as you all got let out of school from Tosa West, and coming to the shopping center basically to play freeze tag.
Yes, I organized the flash tag at Mayfair.
It was just one of my boring days in life, I guess. Friends and I got together and just decided to play a game, and figured out it was going to be a freeze tag game at Mayfair.
Well, the evening of the 22nd, we gathered some information, and then on the morning of the 23rd, which was Thursday, the last day of school, I called 4 students down and talked to those students, and we had great conversations with all 4 of them.
No, we did not proceed with the flash tag.
I had no intentions in the first place of hurting anybody.
If someone said yes on Facebook, then they weren't allowed to go to the mall for that day.
I was happy, pleased that our students listened and helped us. In the way the students reacted, I thought was great.
So was it the freeze tag that led to the new PGR?
I think the increased parental guidance required situation on Sunday is in relation to the incident that occurred on Sunday, which again didn't involve any of the Wauwatosa students.
The change was not due, in fact, to actions by East or West. However, many are still confused as to the origin and sequence of events that occurred on Sunday.
Well, on Sunday, January 2nd, 2011, there were several calls from the mall about disorderly teens, thefts, vandalisms, fights, things like that, so we sent several police officers to the mall.
This event also looked to us like it was a little bit more of an orchestrated event.
They wound up arresting 9 juveniles, I believe ages 13 through 17, and those 9 juveniles were arrested and charged with different crimes from theft, disorderly conduct, and vandalism, and battery.
Us to want to make sure that we were evaluating how that Sunday was used on that particular day, and given the nature of the event that took place, wanted to make sure that we were continuing to evaluate and revise our program to make sure we were providing a safe and comfortable environment for all of our guests here.
These instances on Sunday did appear to be the focus of the new PGR ruling.
What happened that Sunday afternoon later had nothing to do with me or Wauwatosa West.
We don't know exactly where all they were students, but they were youths from the city of Milwaukee. There were no East or West high school students that were arrested or involved in any of those situations.
All I knew about it was when I heard about it. I had nothing to do with it. Actually, I don't think anybody from Tosa West was involved at all. They were students outside of school that I guess decided to cause trouble at the mall.
There was also an incident of an attempted robbery at the mall in which a shot was fired outside the mall in the parking lot. That incident is still being investigated. There's no suspects in custody for that incident yet.
Smith also stated that further adjustments will be made, if need be, after observing teen behavior on school holidays. Reporting from Mayfair Mall, I'm Kylie Hograff with Ben Johnson.
With the Wauwatosa District's name in the clear, there is yet even more reason to celebrate at East.
Notice anything different while attending an East basketball game this past season? Cheerleaders have been pumping up the crowd after an 8-year absence.
Why were they gone for so long, and what brought them back? We got the scoop on the rah-rah return.
Tosa East really had something to cheer about this year, and people to do the cheering too. The cheerleaders were recently reinstated after years of absence.
We finally got cheerleading back, and after an 8-year hiatus of cheerleading here at East, and I think it stopped because there's a lack of participation and want for a cheerleading team. There's 12 of us, and we're really close knit. This first year we had a football season and a basketball season, and we basically cheer on our team. We have little dance routines during timeouts and cheers, and during the between quarters we do stunts, which is really fun and it takes a lot of effort, and it proves that cheerleading is a sport.
Cheerleading squad they're the backbone of school spirit. I think what they've done this year in just a small amount of time, football season as well, they've made incredible strides. I think it's really awesome what they've done. Their personalities really coincide with what cheerleading is all about and being supportive of your classmates.
Congratulations to these cheerleaders, and good luck to them in future years.
It's nice to know that school spirit is still alive and well at East. Well, that's all from WSBN News.
Have a great day.
Wauwatosa!